packages you can write in the parentheses, you can write the values, or you can go to the package and install package. You can do either way. You have seen that. So you can find the default package by get option default package command. Try get option default package to find the default package that is inside the system, inside the environment. Now we have seen how to install package from the menu itself. Packages, you can click on the install package link and install that. Otherwise you can write install.package, in the parenthesis you can write the package name. You can do in the either way. Install.package parenthesis package name. So there are the default functions that available in the R environment. For example, absolute value of X, you can find ABS of the absolute value. Default package. The R base itself, these many packages are available. These many functions are available. Absolute and append, add elements to a vector, and you can find range of X. For example, we have you can define something like 3, 6, 7, 9, 11, 15. So you can find range of X, which gives the maximum and minimum value. And yeah, load package, you can use the link load package to load the package. See, here in the R environment, merely installing the package don't do the purpose. If you install a package, you need to load the package into the environment. Then only you will get the functionalities of the package. Each time, if you are using an environment, up to you close that window, you can use a loaded package. You can load a package at a time and you can use the package for that day. When you close that, again you need to load it. Yeah, if you restart the machine, you need to again load the package, not the install. Installation is only one-time requirement. Loading is the everyday requirement. Yeah. Script, yeah. First of all, you need to write a script for loading the package in the first line. Whichever package you are using, additional package you are using instead of R base, you need to write all that package in the first line so that it will load when you start the script. So similarly, range, this is an important, very beautiful function, rep 1 to 5. It will repeat 1 5 times. So maybe you can type repeat 1 10 times. You can repeat a string, maybe D 10 times. Anything you can repeat by using REP. The parenthesis, the value to be repeated, and the second option, you need to write the how many times you need to repeat that. So you can write REP value and then how many times you need to repeat that. And logarithm, you can find the usual logarithm, natural logarithm by log 10. It's logarithm. Please note that this is a natural logarithm, log to the base e. And the standard deviation can be found by using this small command st of, say we have created a vector x, st of x, it will create the standard deviation of the value. So x is this vector, and you can find the standard deviation of the vector by using st of x. And mean of the value can be found by using mean. Simply you can type mean, standard deviation, etc. Now let's see how to write a function in a as a script. So for that you can use a function called mean of 3 variables. Mean is a default function, but see how we can do that. Click on the new script window, and then you use this syntax. Okay. So this is the syntax. So you can initiate a function which passes 3 arguments as mean. So either you can type mean1 or my mean to indicate that that's not a built-in function, that's a function that you created. So maybe you can write like that. Then either you can save this file, save as, or save this in the desktop or whatever. My mean1. You can give any name, and then you can load this function by clicking on source R code. So now the source file has been loaded into the environment. The function has been loaded into an environment. Then you can create maybe you can type on this. It's a function, see. It's a function that we created. So use the method of mean, and its environment is the R base. So we have created a R script. R script with mean1, and it results this thing. Or you can either go to this environment, and we have created this thing, and right click and run line in the section. So so now you can write mean of, so mean1 of 2, 3, 6. Sorry. You can store in a variable called C, and now type C. So this is how you can write functions. So basically you need to write a function in a notepad or whichever text pad, and save in .r format, and load into the R environment by using source. In the parentheses you can give the path, and then no need of using this command because I mistakenly put 2 means. So just type your function name mean1 of, in the parenthesis how many values you have passed into the argument. You can say that your 1, 2, 3. So you can pass 3 values and you will give the result. Yeah, we can do that also. I'll show that. So you can edit the functions.
Suppose I have written mean instead of mean1.
Yeah.
So what will be the output? You will show some error?
No, it won't show. If the function is correct, if the function runs correctly, it won't show any error. It will behave as the function, as our function behaves.
So it doesn't have any confusion between the actual built-in mean and our user.
You can No, no. If you need to do that, you need to specify as a different function and need to rename that as we have created that function. Indicate that we have created that function.
So I don't think currently we have given the name mean one.
Yeah.
So I have changed to mean.
Yeah.
Same example.
Okay.
And I have called that function mean.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. So at that time the company has some confusion between whether it is
Yeah, that will make some confusion, ambiguity. So that I have created that mean one to indicate that we have created the function. I have created the function as mean one. So you can write any name instead of mean one. You can write any name and load this into R, and you can use the function as if R functions. It doesn't have any difference between R functions and function that you wrote in R language. Very simple function definition.
So all that result is saved as result equal to.
Yeah, yeah. In the usual function, you will get result as output itself, but in our function, either you need to write to exit with the result, or you need to call the result again to get it. Yes? Yes, yes. Yeah. No, I have used 3, 2, 3 and 6 here. Yeah. It is 3, right? You have done mean of? It is 3. Yeah. Just now I have noticed that.
So if you do x equal to say mean 3, 4, 5, I get the answer 4. If you assign a variable,
Okay, okay. I think it only gives the dimension, right? Okay, yeah.
we need to assign a variable, right?
Okay, okay, yeah. We need to assign to a variable and then we'll get the function. No.
I got I got 4 here.
CFD. Okay, okay, okay. So another method is called combination of function. We'll address it later, while after telling the combination of functions. So it's another method called combination of functions. We'll deal that after a moment.
So the semicolon is a must, right? When we write the function.
Yeah, yeah,
Like in C.
yeah. Like in C. Actually, most of the that is are running C and 4 time
Or behind.
behind.
And then what's the function? Find the log to the base 10 other than natural logarithm. Is there any straight function?
Yeah, there are.
So what is this is log 10.
Okay.
Function of log.
Before that, let me clear that thing. If you have created this function x equal to, then mean of x will be okay. Maybe 2, 3 and 5. If you give 2, 3 and 5, mean of x sorry. Otherwise you can type mean of C of 2, 3, 5. Yes, yes. That makes sense, right? You can define 2, 4, 5. It is 2, 4, 5. You can define as this thing and type mean of x. Sorry. Mean of okay. Both are different. First of all, you need to create a vector, then you need to find a value. I think some other thing is operating in the C mean of, if you give the value inside the parenthesis, it is giving something, some output. It is not the actual one. That is 3, 4, 5 one. Log 10, I need to find that.
So it's log 10 straight in the
Okay.
10.
Log 10 of maybe 1000, it should give 3, right? So we can do a script, and we can load the script, and we can use it as a function, or we can directly save this in your favorite text editor and load it, and after that you can use as a function. Now how to run an R script in command prompt? Let's see. So running an R script by a GUI is very simple. You can use source R code and compare it and run that code in the environment. So file source code, and you can show the source code here. Done. Otherwise, if you are not using an UI editor, this is a UI editor of R, RGUI. And if you are not using an RGUI editor, you can use command prompt itself, command line itself, and then you can write the code. So this is the architecture of this script. So R script you can save, and you can select, run selection and execute it to R. It's a workflow. So either you can save all this into editor and right click and run selection and execute into this environment, or you can save it and use that in the command line. And how to use files with R extension? You can just type R space -Q space your -F space your file. Can you see this? R space -Q space --slave space -F space your file. either you need to incorporate the environmental variable, or you can go to the R installation folder. Your program files R. Go to the R version, go to the bin, and then go to that files. Keep the file, see R space new one. Capital R space minus Q minus pencil minus Q. Then part field. Okay.
Slave. That's slave. Choose slave.
Yeah, double line sign. Your installation directory. Otherwise, you can enter this R bin into the environmental variable. Go to this advanced system settings. Go to the environmental variable and put the path here. So you can call R from anywhere. If you are using Linux operating system, you can just type R space the other commands. So this is how. There are multiple ways. This is only one way to run R script by using terminal or command prompt. There are many other ways to do that. So you can use any of the ways. So I have specified some one or two ways in the handout. You can go to the page and see what it is.
Minus Q and minus slave, does it mean something specific?
Yeah, it's specific to use that as a, I think in the slave environment. I don't know exactly what it is.
If you change it, probably this command may,
No, it won't work. And if you are running a bash code in Linux or something else, you can type rcmd space bash. You can run as a bash code. You can run multiple lines and use a bash code as in the environment. So let's have a quick look on how to do data interpretation or how to use data in R. So for that, you can go to the tutorial and maybe you can copy this table I have created and maybe you can paste it in a notepad. And insert somewhere. And now you can use read table. And path. See user. Delete this. So the path this file is this thing, and name of the file is data test. Or this file I can copy and I paste it here. Beware that the slash is forward slash. Otherwise, you need to use the double black slash. And data.text. So here we have used the data as a table itself, tab separated data. We have imported the data into the workspace. In the previous example, we have tried with the creating different vectors and concatenating the vectors as data frame. Here we have directly imported the data into the R environment by using read.table space in the parenthesis file name, and we have created that header true to show the header also, header files also. Header means the column and row indexes. So if you can see the example by removing that. Here see, here the vectors v1, v2, v3 became visible. Okay. So the header is here v1, v2, v3.
The header is given as 4.
Yeah.
So that is v1, v2, v3.
V2, v3, yeah. So you can take as $v1 as the vector. That's $v1.
All these strings will be v1, v2, v3.
Yeah, yeah. Vector 1, vector 2, vector 3. V2. So when you complete it, tell me, I will go to the next example. Yeah, definitely it's having an interface called Shiny, etc. So it's a application development environment. IDE, like
our output like the executable format or something.
Yeah, we can do that, but RStudio means that it is a development environment. You can have many functionality than that of RBase in RStudio. But
the actual practical use case. So I need an application to find some data from list of big data.
Yeah.
And then I have to develop some other application forms also.
Yeah.
After that I need to call this
data.
R1 script.
Yeah.
After I get the result back and display another
Yeah.
application. R1 itself has some executable format or click that you can see some application.
Yeah, it is there. It is there. You can use that as an executable mode files, and maybe we can make buttons and etc.
So suppose I need to protect that.
Yeah.
I mean I can see
Yeah, interactively you can do that. That's the purpose of Shiny.
So that also
We'll come. So in a variable, if you have a data created, you can save that as a text file from R environment itself. See, we have a data like this, and we have to export this data into desktop, so that we can say, first of all, we can say cat space file space, then we can say the file path, and then we can say that it is whether tab separated or not. So let me say data 1 for new data. So now see here, our new data has been exported as a notepad file, text file. So every time while you are running script, sometimes in a variable some data will be stored. So you need to export the data into a text file or some file. You can use this command cat variable space comma file path to be saved, and then whether it is tab separated or space separated, you can say that. You can also appendable form also you can export. Afterwards you can append that data in future. When a huge program is running, in between you have saved the data, you can append that in future by using the append mode. You can also use write.table function. You can write a table, not a simple text. You can write the whole table into data. Say, you can do write table test. Write.table. The parenthesis you can say table data, and then onwards you can say that whether it is separated by data and whether you need to include quotes or not. Here I need to say which data I need to write, so that here I can use the table that we created called test and export the text into test. ചെയ്യാൻ പഠിച്ചിട്ടാണ് ഇത്രയും ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നത്. If you need to remove the codes equal to false. You can write codes equal to false.
So that we want it to be the
Header, you can off the header also. Header equal to false. The same
So
way
even
that we
if,
did.
even if it is off in that file,
Yeah.
if we give, when reading, I will give false, it will.
Yeah, it will show. It will default, by default it will show V1, V2, V3. If you need to off that, you need to off that. So this is how you read from table, you write as a table, you write as a column vector, etc. Now let's see how to operate CSV files. So for simple example, as you can see, you can write a CSV file. Here also you can leave the path. So leave the path here. So here I have written as a CSV file 1 to 10. Sample of 1 to 10. I have written as a CSV file. Can I open this with Excel or Notepad? It's a random file with values 1 to 10. X is having values from 1 to 10. And this is a column number. You can also use switch off the column number if you wish to. Comma, label equal to false. And this is how you open a CSV file. And you can read the CSV file by using read.csv. And you can use XLS library for writing as Excel files. So for that you need to import the XLS library. First of all you need to install the package XLSX. You can go to this package, install package, the bottom. See here you can find XLSS. So you can install the package.
Companies, clients, users, end users, the company they are outside. CSV files അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ പേപ്പറിലായിരിക്കും നമ്മൾ ഇവാലുവേഷൻസ് എംപ്ലോയി ഫയൽ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് ഈ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ
built-in support only have that CSV type of file.
Yeah. The default support is CSV4 and text. You need to use Excel files. First of all, you need to install RJava, but while you type XLS installation, it will automatically install RJava. All dependencies that required for Excel file importing, it will automatically install.
So when we compare the performance, what would be the difference between the conventional?
Yeah, basically the best way to use R is to use the basic text file, flat text file. If you are using Excel files, it will cause your memory and it will cause the trouble for executing time. So best way to use the plain rough text file.
So like other technologies, is there any some additional usages for getting better performance?
Yeah, better performance, you can use ARM cluster computer and high performance computing media, and MPA support is there for R files, and you can use MPA programming for R document also. So you can do that and increase your productivity by using the cluster computing, high performance computing, etc. The best way to do is to use R with that thing, or you can use with Hadoop cluster, so for better performance. So if you install that, you can directly write Excel files. You can go to this page and write as Excel file or test data into the, okay, you need to load that. Whenever you install, please note that you need to load the package. You need to install RJava also. The worst thing in R, usual R-based GUI is you cannot have scrolling functions and you cannot search that. But if you go to RStudio, you can do it better. So better we'll do this Excel file import and export in RStudio, so that you don't consume much time. Also, you can read any sort of files by specifying tab, new line and columns. Inside sort of regular expression you can type there, and you can import the data by using the style of the data. You can use any sort of data. Maybe say you can read this file. Take a part of that file. See, here also you can specify header true or not. It's only one column, so I can data table, I can put data table. So you can read. The thing is, you will curse me after I show you this RStudio environment, you need not do all these things. You can just click on these links available and you can read and write and export anything by using RStudio. But if you are using a basic R script in terminal, or if you are running R script in your notepad or text pad editor for large data analysis purpose, you need to know all these small commands. Another way is you can use RStudio to get the commands and copy paste the commands and do your things. That's what we do actually. You need not search for the lines and data locations, etc. You can use the RStudio to get the location and this command. Whenever you do a interface operation, it will also list the command line operation in the command line window. So you can, from there you can copy the command line and use the command line for the future purpose. I will show you how you do that. So here comes RStudio. So it's written C++, as usual. Most of the IDEs RStudio, and the interface is very beautiful, and the speed is very ugly, and it is running on the version R3.1.3, and the basic environment has this many menu icons. And the nice thing is you can see most of the menu items in the interface itself. Like if you use MATLAB, you can see the familiar environment as MATLAB, which has this type of environment. You can see the basic command line console here. You can see a window here, environment, history, build, presentation. So environment has, whenever you define a variable, it will list this in the environment variable window. Say x equal to 3, you can see x values in the environment window. And whenever you type a command, you can see the command in the history window. And whenever you build something, you can see the build record and load records. If you are doing a presentation, I will show you how to do a presentation in R, like LaTeX. So it will be listed here. So whenever you have an maybe your environment path will be shown here, home path will be shown here, and plots will be shown in the plots tab, and packages. Here you can click on packages and just type the package, like see here it will drop down, and very easy than doing it RPs. Whenever you install a package from zip file, you can click on this drop down and select the zip as media and show the zip file path. And help will be shown here. You can write anything here to get the help, and viewer other data and other error message will be shown in this menu. You can also change this view panel by going to this global options and appearance. You can, page layout you can change. Whatever window you would like to see, you can see, you can change the environment. These 4 boxes are 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 boxes. So whenever you want in console, maybe in environment you need package, plots, filters, help, viewer, etc. Then you can see that here itself. See here itself. So you can change the environment as you wish to do. And the global options, there are many things like code, tab length you can specify, and appearance, your zoom and your font size and font type, etc. can be specified here. And packages which is being run in which repository can be specified here. And this is a the LaTeX compilers can be given here. PDF to LaTeX, etc. will be given here. Spelling dictionary can be added, and Git repositories can be also added in the Git tab. So see, whenever you want to import the data, and make this thing as usual. So you can import dataset from file, show this file path, maybe wherever you see this file in desktop, just click on data table, etc. Just give that whether it is tab separated or not, the style of the data, and import it. So it will load in the environment session. You need not type all this thing, and when if you need that, here there is a code for that also. You can copy this code and use. So you can either get data from text file, and you can either get the data from web URL itself. You can directly get the data from the web URL by clicking on the from web URL link. You can clear the environment variable by clicking on the clear window. It's a clear option, and you can see all history here. So a new R script can be run started by using new file R script. You can write R script here. X equal to 3, Y equal to 10, etc. So you can run from here itself. You can run from here itself. So you can seek the value for. So we can seek the value for X and Y from the window down the console. You can run script here and seek the value. It's compilation mode. And if you would like to see the value X and Y from here itself, you can run. If you need to split the values of X and Y, just type X or Y, whatever variable, and do not terminate that. Then you run that, it will load in the variable. You can compile from source. You can run from source. You can see this type of save file options. See, written a file like X equal to 3, Y equal to 100, etc. Then you can save this file by clicking either in the save button or in the save file. You can magnify or match case. You can find any set of regular expression, etc., by clicking on the zoom window. And there is a code compilation and re-indentation, etc. in the Magic Wizard tool. It's a wizard tool. You can extract function and extract variable, etc. using the wizard tool. Also, you can create a text file from R directly. Click on text file. You can create a text file and save it from RStudio directly. Or you can create a C++ file for our HTML file, our R presentation, our documentation, etc. R presentation and R documentation is a beautiful thing. You can type my doc and it's a LaTeX-like format. So when you see and preview this, see here we can preview the file. You can make change. You can see the changes here. So it's absolutely a LaTeX compiler, LaTeX editor. You can do the documentation by using the LaTeX. If you're comfortable with the LaTeX, you can use the documentation by using this LaTeX. You can also create HTML documentation by going to the RHTML window. HTML, similar HTML documentation is there. When you run that, there's some error. You can get the HTML documentation by using this link. Anyway, you can also, if you're starting a project, you can do a new project. We create new directory, create an existing directory. You can also create an R package. You can go to the R package and you can create R package Shiny web application or a simple R project. Anything will be initiated from the new project window. Then what else? Edit is usual as of all language. Undo, redo, copy, paste. I am not specifying it. Clear console by Control S. The same shortcut. Here also Control clear. So you can right click and inspect and clear this. So you can go to the file function, go to the file location and function location by clicking on the code window. And indentation can be done by clicking on Control I or re-indent. You can specifically run some lines that you have created in the R script. You can specifically select and run some commands by clicking on the code window. Then show packages, show environment, show build, etc. Show packages, the packages has been listed here, will be shown. And when you have multiple plots, you can use the plot tab. You can see different plot by either by Control Shift plus or on the next plot window. You can use that. You can zoom plot and you can save plot in different format by using that window. You can test and debug packages, etc. So these are the basic environment of RStudio. Just want to familiarize this environment. When you do the other hands-on experiment, that at least familiar with this tabs and frames. So let's start with the graphics. Maybe in RStudio itself. Very simple plot. Let us plot a dot plot. It's equal to 1 to 10 and plot x. Plot. You can zoom this plot you can export this plot, save as image, and there are different format: PNG, JPEG, TIFF, bitmap, meta file, SVG, EPS. I think SVG file is the, I think most of the software doesn't support SVG format, but R support SVG format. Also, you can specify the width and height to maintain aspect ratios there. You can specify the directory where you need to get this result, maybe in desktop. Specify a specific directory, plots, and then you can save. You can click on view plot after saving.
So this plot is
Basic
under
plot.
the ggplot package, or
No, it's a basic plot in the R environment.
so for this exporting to some file also we have some command.
Yeah.
Like to instead of this GUI we have some command.
Yeah, just if you are using command line also, just type plot.
Okay. I mean I need to save some other file,
Okay.
export to some other files. So if there
Using the command line window.
yes.
Okay, we'll do that also. Save image is the command.
Okay.
Save. You can put in a variable x equal to that image, and then you can say that x equal to plot of x.
Okay, so at that time I can specify these parameters, maybe
Yeah.
length, width,
Yeah.
all the parameters.
There also you can specify.
Okay, so in the real-time applications we don't have this
Yeah, UAs.
UIs, etc. So later on we will cover these project. There is new project option.
Yeah.
Currently we are dealing with some R-script files only, some .R files.
Yeah.
So after that, we have any workspace like project workspace, etc.
Yeah, definitely. But I think R doesn't have that sort of workplace. Everything works as a function.
Okay, so
Yes,
we have that new project option in that studio.
Yeah.
So at that time, what is the actual?
You have an environment. They'll automatically set some folders and environment.
That's
Show that also. So there are many paralysis values. You can specify access, you can specify types, you can specify xlab and ylab, that means labels, and string as figure title, main as string titles, as a figure in the, here index is a specific title for all figures. So you can change that and you can do whatever labels in this main label, and string subtitle also will be given specifically.
so in that R basic that window.
Yeah.
Suppose I have plot, that will be shown that window itself.
It was with pop-up and so forth.
Pop up.
Yeah. So you can try this two-dimensional plot.